Okay, Christine, I think we're live. I do want to apologize for everyone because we're running late. This is my first time doing one of these by myself, and I just don't know what I did or didn't do, but we're good. So, Christine, you're my guinea pig, and I'll be really perfect from this point on. Don't say that, right? So, hi, everyone. This is,
Anyway,
oh, thank you. Yes, I tend to be perfectly imperfect, is what I like to say. So, everyone, I'm Jenny Robertson. I am the co-host. Actually, today I'm your host. I have another host that does some other ones, but I am the host of the new Real Women, Real Purpose talk show, and it's live here in the On Purpose Woman community, global community Facebook group. I am Jenny Robertson. I'm your host today, and I am the founder of the On Purpose Woman global community. And I am also the one of the hosts of, like I say, the Real Women, Real Purpose talk show. And I'm going to breathe now because we have, yeah, chill out here. I am so excited today. I'm here with Christine Hasbrouck, and we're talking about the need to get away, go with your girlfriends. And Christine and I probably did at least a good 10-minute, thought we were live kind of thing, and it was going really well. So we're going to have to back up and just do the improv on that one again, okay? So I have known Christine for a number of years, and she was I actually met her online after she'd moved from the Baltimore area, and have gotten to be in person with her a few times. And I think you're going to find her just as delightful as I do, and I'm looking forward to sharing her with you today. I know her fairly well, but not well enough to memorize her bio. So let me tell you just a little bit about her. Christine and her husband are in their 13th year as innkeepers with the Grey Swan Inn bed and breakfast in Blackstone, Virginia. They bring their hospitality skills to provide a safe and comfortable space, delicious foods, and in-roasted coffee to the leisure and business traveler. Christine is passionate about community service and serves on the town council, is a member of Rotary International and some other groups. And so I guess the first thing to ask is, during this interesting time we're all in, are you open?
yes, we are. We are with some restrictions.
Okay, what are those?
Well, social distancing is the order of the day, 6 feet apart. And we, as innkeepers, fall under the restaurant rules and general business. So we are required to wear a mask with our guest present. And we're happy to do that. I wear a mask all the time when I'm in front of other people. So it's just part of what we do today.
Yeah. So you were closed for a while though, I guess, huh?
Only because there were not any people working that had essential work in the area.
Okay.
We're right next to a military base, and they had to get permission to go on the military base to do essential work. And so we didn't have anybody for about 4 weeks, but then we gradually have had people.
Okay.
And now we're in phase 3, which is open to all guests with those restrictions.
Okay. So you're probably really happy to be open even with restrictions, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
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 So, Christine, let's chat a bit about the importance of having close women friends and this added experience of getting away with them. I'm thinking you must have had some experience of that yourself because you offer some special things for girlfriends who want to have a getaway. So, why do you do that?
I found about 20 plus years ago that my experience with women was necessary. I had a certain connection with women. They lifted me up, and I really like lifting them up. And since we have the inn, would like to have more women do getaways here because it's just such an enriching experience. And so we have offer retreats for women, and we prefer them to bring in their own specialty that they have. There may be somebody in the group that's a writer that wants to lead a session on writing skills, or if they prefer not to facilitate it themselves, we can put together a package for them. We have a company in town that do mobile massage. They closed up their brick and mortar, bought a camper, and converted it to a mobile massage therapy studio. And so they will come to our parking lot and do massage, which is cool. So
That is cool.
yeah, they're trained in Reiki, cranial sacral, deep massage, all different fashions of massage and hands-on techniques.
Okay. And I think I heard you mention at some point that you can get a two-hand or a four-hand massage.
Yes, there's.
Have you experienced that?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, that sounds pretty heavenly.
yeah, it is very relaxing.
As someone who has really missed her massages, I really, yeah, that's pretty cool. And so I think you also said that we talked and you said that when you moved, you had some friends from Baltimore who wanted to come down, and that was probably the first group of women I guess you had there.
Yes,
And they
yes.
just had such a great time that you
Oh,
wanted to.
we had a blast. They came
Yeah.
down. We became really close friends when we lived in Baltimore, and we were only there a couple of years, but I just had such a good friendship with them. They came down one summer, the summer after we left, and filled up the house, and we had so much fun. They went to Goodwill and did a fashion show for us on the porch, which was a riot. We did vision boarding. One of the women did guided meditation at night, and so the weekend was filled. We just laughed and cried and just had really good time connecting with each other.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. So you're a bit more than just the traditional bed and breakfast, I believe, aren't you?
Um,
I mean, because you have options that you can share and give people ideas of why they might want to come there as a group, I think.
Yes, we have a lot of talent in town. We have a gentleman across the street that teaches Negro yoga meditation, and he offers a 1 or 2 day program. The 1 day program is a two hour sessions, and he does a 4 2-hour sessions for the two day session. So that's a possibility just to come in for that workshop. I have another friend that lives in Colonial Heights, and she's a John Maxwell trained facilitator, and she's also available to come and do a workshop for our guests.
So it sounds like women who want to come there as a group can kind of tailor make their experience in a really, really fun way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's lots of other things to do in the town that you can also send them in other directions to do some sightseeing and antiquing and things like that, I think, right?
On Fridays and Saturday nights are restaurants in town because they're only able to take in 50% capacity inside the restaurants. We close down Main Street from 5:30 to 10 o'clock at night, and get restaurant clients can go down and eat. Tables are put out in the street, and they can have their dinner out there. And there's a band that plays at the local square. So this should go on as long weather permitting until August, maybe September. So it's been real successful here for us.
Yeah. On an aside, I think that's been one of the more interesting things about the time that we're in is the innovation, the ideas that people are coming up with to continue to be in business.
Yes.
And stay afloat if they can, but also that just other people are doing to figure out how to be in life and still have joy. And so it doesn't look like you've lost your joy.
No.
It'd take more than this, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I do want to talk about some of the, we did that already. We talked about the special things that you can offer to people at the inn. And what I want to talk about is something I already know the answer to, but I think it's such a fascinating story about how you actually found the inn. And also, was there something inside of you that you always wanted to be an innkeeper? And if so, why? What do you love about doing it?
My husband worked for the federal government. He traveled around a lot. So in his travels, he was staying at hotels, and he got so tired of the hotel scenes. And so he sought out other lodging opportunities, and he found out that bed and breakfast, some of them will offer per diem rates for government employees. So he started staying in B&Bs whenever he could. He went to one that was south of Atlanta. I think it was called the Veranda, and it was featured in fried green tomatoes, one of those big mansions. And he came back, he said, Christine, we could do this. So he's planted the seed, and that's been eons ago. So we started just kind of toying around with the idea. I took an online class, it's like 10 weeks long, through about.com. I don't even think about.com is in existence anymore. But I did that, and the more I read, the more I thought this is really what I wanted to do. We took a 1-day workshop in Wheeling, West Virginia. We were living in Baltimore at the time, so we drove to Wheeling and stayed with family in West Virginia. And this is what we want. And finally, we talked to a bed and breakfast consultant. We went to Lambertville, New Jersey, and took a weekend-long seminar on innkeeping. And that's when we had things written down on paper of what we were looking for, and that eliminated a whole lot of properties. So we started looking in earnest for a bed and breakfast, and we found the one we're in now by being on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know you also use the law of attraction.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to say something about that?
Yes, and that was part of the process too. A friend of ours in Baltimore gifted me with a video, The Secret, and I watched it, and it woke me up. And I think I've been practicing the law of attraction for a long time, but this was putting it all together. And a group of us in Baltimore got together for a workshop, and we did vision boarding and did affirmations, gratitude stones, and some of the other steps for the law of attraction. And part of our selling our house in Baltimore was by doing a vision board of what we wanted. We were going to find the perfect buyer for our house. And we followed the instructions of the realtor and decluttered. Oh man, we had a lot of decluttering to do. And we got our house sold, and we did the same process for finding the inn. What we wanted. We wanted 4 to 5 guest rooms. We wanted to be in driving distance to family. We wanted to be in a college town. That didn't happen, but we're in driving distance from a college town, and we're right next to a military base. So that fit in beautifully. We wanted to be turnkey, and it had to be the right price. And all those things fell into place for us with this inn. And I love doing the vision boarding and using the laws of attraction, and because it's worked in my life.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of specific things that you were asking for.
Yes.
How old is your inn?
It was built in 1902, okay. And we're the 5th innkeeper. It's been in bed and breakfast for almost 40 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, always turnkey is a big ask for a 102-year-old home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you most love about what you do?
I like being able to use my creativity in food presentations. I love listening to the conversations in the dining room among guests. I like being a part of the conversations if I can. That is not always possible, but it's the joy of what the connection that people have here that gives me satisfaction.
So you get to witness like real special family and friend moments with people.
And serendipitous moments.
Yeah. Anything you can share with us?
We had guests here from Northern Virginia, and another guest came in, and it turned out they were connected because the spouse of one guest worked in the same clinic as the other guest did. They knew each other. We had another incident. We had guests from Washington State, and Jim went to school at Washington State University. And he came in, they just, oh, you're just saying that they didn't believe us. So Jim had his T-shirts and stuff, came out in the dining room at breakfast time and proved it, yes. And that same weekend, we had a guest that was staying at another facility and did not like it. And he said, do you have any openings? I said, yeah, we do. Turned out he was also from Washington State. So we had 3 connected people here from Washington State, and it just doesn't happen that
yeah.
He
was already somewhere else, right? And he didn't like it. So he called you and you had a spot. So yeah, I love stories like that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is really what keeps you, I guess, alive and passionate and, kind of fulfilling some purpose there.
Yes, yes.
So what role does your husband play in the inn?
He cooks. He does most of the entrees. He's the major housekeeper, and he also roasts the coffee here at the inn. And we
Wow.
went to Hawaii for a week. When he was in Peace Corps, afterwards they had a reunion in Hawaii where he trained, and it was the 30th year for the reunion. So they had the reunion, and we did the tour at the coffee plantation and they roasted their coffees there. And Jim was just impressed how good that coffee was. So I thought, okay, that's a good Christmas idea. And that Christmas following, he got a small coffee roaster, and that was the beginning of his hobby. And he's been roasting coffee for quite a while, and he enjoys it. Passion's still there.
Well, I am happy to say that I have benefited from his dinners, a dinner, because it's been a number of years ago now. That's actually the first time we met in person. We hadn't met yet.
That's right.
I'd been like at the beach for like 3 weeks, I think, in North Carolina. I only had to go off the road a little bit to get to you. And I thought, what if I stop by and just meet you? I'd love to see your inn. You had invited me to dinner, but boy, I wasn't expecting that. It was a gourmet meal. It was amazing.
Oh, glad you.
Yeah. He's a really kind man.
Moroccan stew, I think is what we fixed.
I think it was. Wow. Yes. Because I didn't eat meat and all that stuff. So you went out of your way to make me some special dinner that was just delicious. And so I got to experience the two of you together. I had a sense of how you are with your guests, because I was a guest because we weren't friends yet, really, in person. And even though I was spending the night, you treated me like I was. So that was just really special. And one day I'm coming as a guest because I want to.
Good.
And I love your furnishings are beautiful. Every room is special. And every room has a private bathroom. And I think that's important.
People expect that.
Yeah. I don't know do they expect that everywhere now in B&Bs or?
In the United States. In Europe, I think they're slowly to ensuite bathrooms. Yeah.
Okay. Well, gosh, anything else you'd like to add to, I'll ask you about how to get in touch with you in a minute, but anything else you'd just like to add generally?
Well, people think that coming to a small town, there's not much to do, but we're in driving distances. This place could be used as a hub and do a hub and spoke experience. We're close to a zip line adventure park. There's skydiving, driving distance. There's a scuba diving lake 20 miles from here. There's gem mining, hiking, biking. Jim rides his bicycle all over the place, and there's rails to trails in the area that you can use. Where there's antique shopping, gift shops. Let's see what else we have here. There are small lakes in the area for fishing. So there's a variety of different things to do. The antique shopping is real big here.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
And so people can come, I guess some people might come to just stay in their room and relax and read or write a book or whatever they want to do. Other people might want to just experience whatever they can walk to. Right. And then others can go to these places that are real busy and full and have a great time and be with a lot of people and then come back to the really quiet environment.
Right.
So you get the kind of the best of all those worlds there.
Right. So. And we just as all people are different, their experiences can all be different.
Yeah, that's true. Christine, how can someone get in touch with you if they want to find out more about your inn?
We have a website, beautifully designed by a company out of Washington State, another connection there. And it's greyswaninn.com, and that's spelled with a GREYSWANINN.com.
Great.
We're starting to blog, so you can read blogs and find out more about us and more about the area. And we also are on Facebook under Grey Swan Inn.
Okay. So I think that's covered about everything we wanted to talk about today.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being my first guest on the new Real Women, Real Purpose talk show. Catherine did one yesterday, and And I just really enjoyed talking with you, Christine, and thank you for your grace and your hospitality. Even online, I can feel it.
Oh, thank you so much,
So,
Jenny. Thank you so
thank you.
much for the interview. It's beautiful.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.